Hey guys, so two things on the agenda today. The smart dimming switch made for lights, the brand is Insteon, and the stone face for the fireplace. Yes, I meant that to rhyme. Now, originally, this fireplace is made with an analog switch. Now, the smart switches are digital. I was told by somebody who makes six figures a year that this would not work. Proof of concept is being done right now, so I've just cut out the um, the analog switch, bypass the thermostat control, and you press the button here. Now I'm going to use a video or a sound clip later on with video to show that this actually does work. Right now you just see the fan blowing right there. There was too much ambient noise, music playing in the background, so it would trip out the copyright for YouTube. Didn't want to really have to deal with that, so I just muted everything. Now, going forward, the proof of concept was a complete success. The next part of this is to wire it in permanent. So to do that, I had to remove both upper and lower panels for the fireplace and find a location for the smart switch to be installed. Doing so, I found putting it closer to the fireplace would be the easiest. So I drilled a hole through the studs into the empty cavity and then dropped it down from there, opening up a hole in the wall for both the top and bottom so that I'd be able to reach it. And I utilized the power from the bottom of the fireplace, which controls everything, and ran that power wire up to the smart switch, and then from the smart switch, I ran it down to control the fan, keeping the thermostat control in the line so that that switch there will turn on and turn off according to when the fireplace is functioning. Now the smart switch will control the amount of energy being passed from the power line into the fireplace's fan. So everything from 60% and up works with this setup. Now here you'll see me wiring it up, and I'm just going to flip over to some music. The top lines will be the power, the bottom lines will be for the fan. We keep all the neutrals the same, and obviously we ground everything that needs to be grounded. So please enjoy the music. And now that everything is wired up, you'll see here where I was a little bit more exuberant when I was trying to cut the switch. You have the upper hole where all the wires come through, where I pulled through and then dropped them down to the bottom hole. All this stuff gets all patched up with drywall mud and tape, and I ran them through into the fireplace for the power and then over to the blower. So when the power is on for the switch, that it allows power to run through, and when the thermostat turns on, this is what happens. So now that all the testing is done and you got to see the fan working, I cleaned all the installation up, and then the last thing I did was tape and mud the upper and lower holes there so that everything is sealed off and we don't have to ever worry about it. The next thing after this is all done, I put the drywall panels back for the upper and lower portion of the fireplace, and then we get to start on the stone face. Now, I cut into some of the trim so it would go and meet up to the stone, which came out to be a beautiful idea because then the trim is at the same level as the stone. Now the next thing after that, you see me putting the spacers here, And that's so that if the floor ever flexes or shrinks or expands, that at 1/8 for the wood will stop the stone from popping off of the wall. After that, I glue all the seams, and we get to work on attaching the stone to the wall with acrylic compound, pre-mixed mud basically, or pre-mixed tile mortar, white, so that if it ever squeezes through for the stone, you won't really notice it. Not that that's going to happen. And the other thing we're going to do with the stone is any of the bigger spaces we're going to fill with a white grout. That'll be done later on. We're not going to really worry about that too much. And I leveled everything off as I went up. And you'll see right here when I grab the level that the left side matches the right side. So all that prep work of measuring and taking in consideration what everything is, and even though this is a natural product, so it might not be 100% perfect, it came out to be 100% perfect. Now the next thing you guys want to do as a little bit of a tip is to make sure that the mud, tile mortar, whatever you're using, I typically do this with all products, is you minimize the surface area so when it goes to cure, it only has a flat surface. So at the most, after a couple of weeks, you'll only have a skim to worry about. So this all being said, thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video as we finish the fireplace stone.